This episode of The Model Rogue brought to you by Squarespace.
Go to squarespace.com/rogue. Use promo code ROGUE, that's ROGUE, to get 10% off your first purchase.
Yeah!
Remember Style Project?
God, no! No! Shut up, tub girl.
This is a sensitive topic for you.
I mean, last year I went a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
For good reason. I mean, Texas had an unprecedented ice apocalypse, and it's not just snow. We don't have the infrastructure. We have freezing rain. We usually don't get regular, beautiful snow. So there was one thing that I did that was really, really smart, which was buy road ice, which I think saved some lives because our neighborhood has this big, long sliding hill, and people were just turning right, and I was like, you're gonna die, oh dear. And so I put that everywhere, very smart.
Ruined everybody's fun.
Yeah, it was. I was prepared on that one. I was not prepared for power to go out for so long. So this year, got a generator.
Cool.
Good to go on that one.
Gas powered, okay.
I'd say of the top 3 things, I took care of number 1 and number 3, which only leaves...
Number 2.
Okay, Annaliese, so not just a bucket, but a composting toilet?
Yeah.
Composting implies it's gonna hang around for a bit, because a bucket, stuff goes away, and you don't think about it. It's gone. It's in the bucket, and it's out of the bucket, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
If you're iced in, or if you're in an apartment, or somewhere where you can't go run into the woods and take care of business.
Well, it's a lot easier to handle when it's frozen. Is that what you're getting at?
Nope. Look,
It's not.
She had
mean,
me.
yes,
she had
but-
me at apartment because I have the luxury of just running outside, and I can't imagine just cozying up with.
With poop?
So we're kind of making a human litter box, which means we need a substrate. We have a couple of options. If you happen to be a plant nerd, gardening person, kind of like I am, you have coconut coir around.
Sorry,
I'm sorry? What is?
what are you visiting?
Is that like-
islands?
Is that it? Is that legal? What is that?
It really does. It's just like, hey, Crockett, what's up, Tubbs? Hey, what a
This
week.
is the good stuff. Rub the coconut, whatever she called it, on your gums.
Colombian hash trash.
I mean, you can taste it if you want to, but I don't recommend it because it's meant to absorb and hold on to stuff.
It doesn't smell coconutty.
Is it coconut?
It doesn't taste
It's coconut
coconutty.
husk.
Oh, it's just the husk.
With gardener types, there's a big thing about not using peat moss anymore for gardening
Why not?
because it's a finite resource.
And they need it for scotch.
Yeah.
Sure. This is a pretty more easily renewable resource because, I mean, what else do you do with coconut husks?
What did you call it again? Coconut.
Coconut, it's COIR.
Okay. So this is all just like compressed coconut husks.
Yeah, it's compressed coconut husks. And normally, if you don't need it to be dry, you can just pour water on it and it'll expand itself. Would you like me to go at it with a knife? Because that'll probably take less time than you chipping. Are you having fun?
I am.
That's all that counts. It's a good way to relieve aggression when you're freaking out because your state can't seem to tell you what's going on and all of your electricity is out and your water is out and you have no internet.
Internet's down. Guess I better stab some dirt.
I mean, is that not what gardening is?
You're our expert.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're
Well-
the one.
Tell me, I don't know
You're
how
the
to
one we
garden.
would ask.
I've always said my favorite gardening tool is my knife. So,
But at this point, everything is in kind of thin chunks. I feel like we can.
do you want to stick your hands in it,
he
Brian?
does. He wants the tactile.
Look at that, right?
Yeah, let's do this.
I
Let's
mean,
Go
it's
ahead.
not like this is bad. It's just coconut
Nope,
husk,
it's-
right?
You also have to break it up after you use it as
No,
well.
no.
You just got to get in there with your hands
Nope.
or a knife and just stab that poop and break it all up.
So what we want is, I assume, maximum fibrous surface area. Would
Yeah.
that be a good way to put it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For our purposes today, I think this is probably just about fine. If you have, infinite time because you're snowed in and have no utilities,
Right.
probably take a little more time. And this is, of course, assuming that you didn't plan ahead of time and actually get it wet like you're technically supposed to do it and then allow it to have time to dry. This is if you are starting from zero and have no water. This
Okay,
is
what if we have infinite rage? Because like we could go on for like 5 more hours.
with infinite rage and some extra time. Sure, go for it. You're good.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
Substrate.
All right, you pick that up and hold on to it.
Substrate accomplished.
So you don't have to put a liner in there, but
Oh, you do.
we're gonna.
No, you do.
This could
Otherwise,
be-
you got to scrub it out every time.
I assume this could be anything just that you eventually want to get rid of, from, a tarp to...
I mean, make it waterproof. Now, the thing that gets you here is that you gotta check your local ordinances, state laws, or whatever for proper disposal.
I mean, not during an emergency. That's when it's every man for himself. Look, I've already eaten my neighbors at this point. I'm not calling the feds over nothing.
And the country's interstate highway system, if you are driving down a freeway, you can just throw it out the window.
Yeah, dude, we're already...
It's like international
Don't
waters.
do that. Literally, don't do that. That's like a minimum $500 fine if you get caught.
Dollars, as if they exist in this economy.
Yeah.
Brian bucks are the currency of the new generation.
Yeah, and if you do throw it out and an officer catches you and says, well, what'd you throw out in that bag? You just tell him, why don't you open it up and check it out? I mean...
You're like, it's 100% pure Colombian gold. And he's like, where is it? And you're like, ha, that's my doo-doo.
That was my favorite episode of Miami Vice.
All right, so if you're gonna have to do this for more than like a day or two, there are some state laws and also some chemical reactions that could occur that make you want to separate the liquid from the solid, because the two combine to create sewer gas, which is not good
Flammable,
stuff.
yeah.
Yes, but if it's just
Poop
like a
bomb? That's what you're saying?
Nope, I'm not at all.
Okay.
For
Not
short
yet.
term, this is fine. For long term, you should have 2 buckets.
So you're telling us the way to not make it explosive. That's
Yeah,
dumb,
this-
but continue.
So now put down, just like get a big double handful and just plunk it down in the bottom there.
So I'm gonna grab the finest ground parts of all
Finest
this.
grind.
Only the finest ground coconut husks
Triple
go
roasted.
into the modern Rogue number 2.
It's gonna be like a coffee commercial.
Smells like freedom.
Freedom to poo wherever you wish.
Yeah.
All right, you're basically just giving your byproduct something to land on.
Right, and get absorbed by. Yep.
The next thing you do is number 2.
Oh, that's what?
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's
Hold
it.
on, all we did was put coconut sawdust in there.
That's it.
Well, who's gonna go number...
Do you have a problem with this? Hold on, if we were really fancy, we would have a spare toilet seat or a pool noodle to set on top of it.
A pool noodle.
But we are doing the bare basics, because sometimes you don't have time to prepare, or you don't think that the state of Texas is gonna get a 4-day-long blizzard.
Right.
But that's all?
Again, I'm back to the part where we're on YouTube and we have to do a number 2 on this.
I mean,
Yes.
okay. So,
I've got something to cover that base too.
All right, all right.
is it Nutella or Nutella?
It's...
Tell us in the comments.
Boy, neither one sounds really great, does it?
No.
I mean, I offered to get Play-Doh, but I think we've got a thing with the Nutella now.
She did offer to get
Also,
Play-Doh. said no.
whenever we use Nutella on the show, I make Nutella brownies.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't have told y'all that, because now you're gonna make me bring them.
No, we're not.
Are you okay there?
Yeah, yep. I just, I ate a chocolate almond and,
Yep.
the mocha, that was an acceptable chocolate level. This was chocolate.
Actual chocolate.
This was actual
Yeah.
chocolate.
You're weird. Everyone knows you're weird.
I know, it's
Everyone's
me.
posting
It's
in the
me.
comments how
But
weird
it's
you
a-
are.
Probably some chocolatey notes is typically what you'll find in our espresso.
Your favorite.
That's right.
I don't like
It's-
chocolate.
You don't like chocolate though.
That's true.
Oh, as a matter of fact, when we did the miracle fruit, that was your complaint about Guinness.
It's chocolatey.
Yes, yes.
I hate chocolate.
It's a learning experience. It's good. We're good.
Is that enough of a poo, or do we need a bigger poo?
Nope, not for...
That's not enough.
Not for views we want.
Come on, all of it. All
Poos
of
for
it.
views. Come on.
Hashtag poos for views.
Remember how some of us were just reminiscing
All
about
the
what
way
we
in,
were
all the way
doing
in, all the way in.
10 years ago? It's
All
sticky, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
It's sticky.
Okay. It's a realistic simulacrum.
a respectable poo. The next thing that needs to happen is we need the escape hatch.
Yep, nope, I got it.
Ideally, you would do this with scissors, but we're in survival mode.
I mean, ideally you do it with something else.
All right, you gonna be ready to squeeze out?
Yeah, oh no,
Okay.
look, I'm always ready.
He's always ready
Oh,
to
my
squeeze
poor
it out.
knife.
Okay, here we go. Yes! Oh, look at that.
You should see a doctor.
There's a scale in there.
You really need to eat more vegetables.
It's like Mohs scale of hardness.
Okay, all right, so,
So
Now what does the coconut do?
it's
blocks-
the substrate. It will mix in with all
you're
that
not
stuff.
a cat person, are you?
No,
Yeah.
no.
So it gives the poo something to land on, and then you cover it up with more.
So you gotta climb in there and
No, I would assume.
I mean, you don't have to, but
I would
you have
assume
the
that you
space.
finish your.
Here,
If
I can
I
take
can
this.
guess, you do your biz, right?
do your biz.
And then you get
And then you
because you're
cover it.
trapped in an apartment with it, you got to cover it, right? And like a cat, you show grace and style and class. I assume that to the extent that it's covered up, you're good to go
Yeah.
until you have to go.
all right. Well, question: is this done now, or is it good for like 2 or 3 days, and we can keep,
Yeah, you can layer.
I
I mean, as long as you
long
keep
it's-
on covering, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's only a couple of days and it's not like a whole bunch of mixed byproduct.
A
That
slurry?
starts making slurry. Ugh.
Well, and the nice thing about this setup is that while you sit staring at it with hateful eyes in the apartment, you can at least, close it off,
Yeah.
right?
throw it off the balcony?
Yeah, and like
When it comes time to dispose, what is the proper disposal?
usually if it's just like a day's worth or something, you can just throw it away.
Hopefully there will not be another winter apocalypse, but at least now I've got yet one more base covered.
Let us know in the comments what you guys do to survive a winter apocalypse, whether it's with your droppings or power, internet, whatever. Post in the comments your survival tips and where you keep your poop. I want to know. Scavenger hunt. It's a new episode. We're gonna do it.
Let's go back to playing with the coconut dust.
Okay, real quick, things everybody already knows by now. Squarespace, award-winning design, no plugins, distributed hosting all over the world. You can be an overnight sensation thanks to them, right?
No updates, no patches ever. Lots of award-winning, beautiful templates.
I just said all this.
Did you say all of that?
I said all of it.
Members area, 24/7 support, connected social media, video blocks.
Video blocks that make it fast to load up the thing. Here's the important part. We are this close to relaunching modernrogue.com. Jeff has been hard at work porting everything over within the Squarespace environment, and it looks amazing.
Okay, I have a suspicion that Jeff is ripping you off.
Why?
Because it's so easy to make a website with Squarespace, but he's been working on it for months now. He finished a long time ago. He's at the beach. It's so simple. What have we been talking about for years? And now we're like, oh, Jeff's been working on it for weeks.
I mean, technically, there are like thousands of pages that are being ported over, so there's a lot
Whatever,
going
it's
on.
just put it in the computer, click, 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 it's fine.
Are you volunteering?
No, I have a thing to do.
Head on over to squarespace.com/rogue. Spell it right, ROGUE. Sign up for a free trial. Give it a spin, and when you fall in love, because you will, make sure to sign up using that code, and you'll get 10% off and keep us in business. And hopefully keep Jeff in a job if he's not at the beach.
It doesn't take that long, Jeff.
This episode of The Modern Rogue brought to you by Squarespace. Hells yeah. Head on over to Squarespace.
Offer and link in the description below.
You can put all types of number 2s in there, like your number 2s and your Battlefield 2042s.
I'm not
Final
sure.
episode of Loki, put that in there too with the poop. That new Matrix movie, that definitely goes in there.
Wow.
Guess who's never getting hired in Hollywood again? That's me.